Our first debate was, is the system...
Absolutely.
In a second, is the system stacked against women? It is said as well that the system, the prison system, the criminal justice system, is stacked against women. Is that right?
Well, absolutely. It's 10 years since Causton.
Belinda's making a face beside you.
I know. I'm enjoying being sat here. We have absolutely, and we have a system built by men, designed by men for men, and there are just many, many things. For example, when you had the incentives and privilege system rearranged, no one thought to think, oh, do women need maternity bras? What happens when women have babies in prison? What happens if you look statistically at the number of women who are primary carers before entering custody, the impact of a woman going into prison on her family? And then you get people in women's prisons that often don't think about employment. They don't think this woman needs a job when she gets out. So from the whole journey, there are different points.
She's champing at the bit.
Gender is huge. Sorry, hello.
Sorry.
Hello.
I don't know where to begin. I mean, one point is that there's a lot more spent per woman in prison than per man in prison. Women are much better funded in prison.
Men of scale,
for the same crime, men get much longer prison sentences than women do.
Last week about TV licences saying that wasn't true.
Well, if you look closely at the data, you'll find for the same crime, men are more likely to get longer prison sentences. They're also more likely to get sent to prison. They're more likely to have to sit through their prison sentences than women are. There are also issues of family. People talk about there's 17,000 children without their mothers. This statistic is likely to be grossly exaggerated because it would suggest that each woman has got 10 children. There are 150,000 children whose fathers are in prison. And one thing that they'll do with men, they will use as a punishment. They'll prevent them. They'll say, "Oh, you can't see your children because you've been bad." They would never do that with women in prison. The reason why we're seeing an increasing number of people in prison is because there's a constant thrust from society to punish more and more people, but at the same time there's a constant thrust to protect women.
Last
so this emphasis gets put more.
I think our prison system heaves with injustice, and women, people from BME backgrounds, people from LGTB backgrounds, disabled people are discriminated across the board because it's set up. People from working class backgrounds, there's often a massive income inequality if you look at who's in our prisons.
What about the victims of crime?
Many people in our prisons are victims, and I began my opening gambit was about if prison's going to work, they've got to work for victims, which includes some of the people. Many people in prisons are victims long before they become perpetrators.
Thank you all very much indeed. Thank you.